Good morning. I'm Jackie Toops here with ARMYWIFE101.com. And today I've got an extra special guest. This is Krystel Spell. She is the creator and mastermind behind ARMYWIFE101.com and also behind Retail Salute, which provides military discounts for military families. Krystel, thank you so much for talking with us today.
You're welcome. I'm so glad to be here.
I am too. Here's a fun fact. Krystel and I have been working together for 3 years, and this is the first time we've ever had a face-to-face.
Isn't that crazy?
The internet is an amazing thing. It's pretty exciting. We started working together while she was in the States. I was in Germany. I'm now in the States. And because of the wonders of the internet, we have been working from home together. This is our first meeting, so I'm pretty excited to have it. Yes. Well, Krystel has had years of military spouse experience. She's very passionate about the military and informing the military of everything they need to know, including discounts from brands. And Krystel is what I'd like to call a serial digital entrepreneur, because although I mentioned 2 of her entities, she has so much more going for her. I mean, you also created Sofluential Media. You've got Hello Rosie Co. So Krystel is full of ideas and action, and this is why I'm very excited. She is the one to go to if you're looking for military discounts.
I try.
So, Krystel, if you could go ahead, I've given you an introduction, but I'd love our viewers to hear a little bit more about you in your own words.
That's funny. So I feel like I've given this spiel, but I love giving it. So I started Army Wife 101 years ago. Can't even really remember the year. I think it was like 2008. Facebook was not popping. Parents and grandparents were not on Facebook. Needed a place for parents to find out what me and the kids and the family was doing. We're moving to Hawaii and was kind of documenting that because, I mean, who just gets up and moves to Hawaii? Only the military would allow that experience because we sure wouldn't do that on our own. And so, I needed this place. I wanted to kind of create a community. I have always been a researcher, which kind of ties into Retail Salute. I've always been that person that people come to oh, what's this? How do I find this on the internet? And so that's how I started Army Wife 101. Had no idea it would become a business, just needed a place. The forums were the big thing back then, if you remember. So I used to be a moderator in the military spouse forums, and that's how this all came into play. And then once I realized, I was like, oh, holy crap. Okay, so I can make money on the internet. I can have a community. I love to talk, as you know, online anyway. And, I just wanted this place where I can share my thoughts and see if everybody else was just as crazy as I was. And so now you have Army Wife 101 and great people like Jackie who give you the bomb articles and keep you informed.
Thank you so much. I love that you did this because, one, you have helped me directly, but you've helped countless of military families. I mean, I've seen some of these pieces that you've done just go viral. And I mean, tens of thousands of shares. And so you're definitely onto something. And the fact that you, for your own family, were able to figure out a way to monetize it, brilliant.
Yeah, money is important. And if I could do it and, be home with the kids and have a little free time, I think that's a big thing. And that's something that I've also, in doing all of this, have wanted to show military spouses that you don't, have to go out. And the internet is like your oyster. You can make so much money on here. So doing what you love.
Fantastic. So Krystel's going to tell you, not only can you save money, but you can make money. And that's really, that's the winning combination right there.
Yeah, definitely.
That is excellent. That is excellent. So with Retail Salute, can you tell me what was it? What gave you that idea? Why was it important for you to connect these brands with the military and let military families know that they can get really great deals and save their hard-earned dollars?
Yeah, I think it just all boils down to me that, like I said, I had always been a researcher. I love to save, and I like to travel, especially with the military because we're not allowed we don't have a lot of free time to do a lot of major travel, but you do have the beauty of being at these military bases, just anywhere, is possible. And at the time I was living in Georgia, 6 hours from Disney World. And that is around that time when they had just launched the Armed Forces Salute, which Brittany Stratton, if you guys go back down the page and you can watch the replay, talked about this the other day. But that was when they had just launched that. And I was just in amazement that this huge military deal was out there. And at that point, I started seeing other military databases, discount databases popping up, but I didn't see a lot of organization to them. And I'll be quite honest, you guys know I'm pretty blunt. You could tell they were kind of run by older retirees and men. And I just felt like let's be honest. And again, I'm not talking for everybody's household, but the majority of households, the military spouses tend to be the consumers in chief. My spouse was never coming to me with discounts. I was going to him like, hey, did you know Disney had a discount? Hey, did you know that, Dell had a discount? So I wanted a place that was kind of not too masculine, but more for the military family, because a lot of these deals are open to the family. The dependents tend to, especially the travel ones, when the spouse is away and the dependent is taking the kids, maybe she's going to utilize that deal, like SeaWorld, the complimentary free deal that's yearly, and she's allowed to utilize that. So I want those things out there. And I also wanted to create fun lifestyle content about military travel and shopping, because who doesn't like to shop, even if you're a saver? So I thought it was pretty important. And lastly, there were a lot of discounts that people just did not know about. We knew about the common ones like, oh, okay, Disney, and there's some other common ones. But there were some that I was just like, oh, wow, they have a national discount, not like something that's just available regionally, but nationally. And people didn't know. So
fantastic. Yeah, you actually got my family hooked up. My husband doesn't come to me with discounts either, but he would ask, well, do you think so-and-so has a discount? So, of course, I do the research. And funny enough, one of the ones he wanted to do was Medieval Times. And you said, Jackie, they do. Yeah. So my family, we were sent to Medieval Times, my family of 4. My kids loved it. They've been asking to go back. And that's one of those nationwide military discounts that not everyone may know about.
Yes.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Got dinner and a show and lots of souvenirs, and it was something really exciting that my whole family could enjoy. Didn't know SeaWorld, though. I may have to ask you. I may need to go investigate that one, because I'm off.
I guess as we get into this later, I'll talk about that. But even like with Medieval Times, and that brings up another good point, that because places like Medieval Times and them, they're kind of like national distributed in certain points of the country. And so even like down here, there's a Medieval Times in Myrtle Beach. Well, that discount is national. And Myrtle Beach is 2 hours from Fort Bragg. Fort Bragg is one of the biggest military bases in the country. So they're pinpointed. And then, of course, yours is in Maryland. And we all know D.C. is like the hub of military everything, Maryland. So they're centered around, it seems like, these bases for a nice like little day drive if you really want to go somewhere and save money.
It's good, because sometimes you do. You just got to get off base. That's
telling you.
Battle right there. And for those of you who are just tuning in, thank you so much. We've got some questions that we can go ahead and answer as we go along. We might answer some as we're finishing up at the end. Brittany Stratton, we were just talking about her. I just interviewed her about Disney. Hello. She was fantastic. Be sure to watch that if you love Disney. We've got Christopher Pozek with Veterans Rideshare. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. We've worked with them quite a bit. Shelly, wow. We're getting so much love this morning. Krystel, we do this more often.
We should. I haven't been on the camera in a while.
Well, I am so glad that I've got you on camera. And even my mom is watching. Hi, Mom. All right. So you can see we're here to have fun, and we're going to save money. And so Krystel, she told me a little bit about herself, told me a little bit about Retail Salute, a little bit about Army Wife 101. So can you share with me what's going on with Retail Salute? Do you have an idea of how many brands you represented, how many people are taking advantage of the discounts? I mean, I see that you have got page after page of specials.
We have page after page. We work super hard to try to update daily, if nothing else, at least 3 times a week. But we really do try to do it daily, just depending on what we're finding. We also work so hard to verify these discounts. So, and again, I tend to go ahead, but we work hard to verify these discounts. One of the complaints I've always seen online is like, oh my goodness, we went to this place. They said, I'm just going to use IHOP as an example. So no shade, IHOP. I'm just using you as an example. But they said IHOP had a discount, and then it turns out it was just like in a specific area. So what we do is go and we actually verify, and that kind of plays into my blogging background of working with PR and marketing in these different brands and having the relationship to say, hey, can you actually verify that this is available for use all over? So that's one of our things that we love to do. But getting back to your question, so Retail Salute is hitting 30,000 visitors a month. We have well over 600 brands. We're working on things like creating hubs so that we can put out local discounts. Discounts near your base, discounts available on even Groupon that are not necessarily military, but they're specific to those areas of military bases. Fort Bragg tends to have a lot of that, like Monkey Joe's and all these different like kids places. We know play dates are a big thing in the military. So if you can go somewhere for $5, let the kids jump around and then they sleep later, that's great. So we're doing different things like that, but we have just a ton of discounts. I mean, I'm sure we'll go through some of them later. Lots of people on there. We're doing a lot of lifestyle content. We just posted the Shades of Green, our first review for that yesterday. We've got a lot more coming for some of the military resorts in Korea. And I think, where's the other one? England, is it? There's another one. I don't know if it's in Germany. I forgot the name of it. But there's a couple of DOD resorts. The Haley Koa in Hawaii, we've got that coming. So people are jumping in and they're seeing that, wow, okay, I didn't know like the MGM Grand Resorts offered this. Like, yeah, if you're going to go to Vegas for a weekend with your husband or your wife, then you might want to jump in on that. And, for instance, the MGM, they have one in Las Vegas, but they also have one at National Harbor. And we all know that's near DC. Yeah.
That's very close to me. That's wonderful.
Yeah. So lots of people are jumping in on it, and we're working really hard to put out hundreds and hundreds of discounts. They're all categorized, so we try to make it easy for you to find hotel, attractions, entertainment, household, decor, services, cell phone services. T-Mobile's a big one. Shout out to T-Mobile for that really big discount that you put out and for hiring all those mil-spouse and vets. So yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to be dropping a link at the end of this, but this is retailsalute.com if you want to check that out. That's excellent. So Krystel knows there's a lot of travel. We've got resorts. We've got places you can eat. Theme parks. Of course, theme parks are huge right now. So do you have a favorite discount or something you think they should know about with regards to, actually, let's talk airlines, because you just recently took a flight.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, so actually the flight that I just took was on, and I'm on Retail Salute, so people on Instagram are probably seeing that. My flight was on Frontier, which I think Frontier does offer a baggage policy, and I'm not quite sure because, of course, I can't get to it at the moment. The computer decides it wants to act crazy.
Yes.
I will say Frontier, despite even if they don't offer a military discount, super cheap. My flight, we actually had, and I will get to meet Jackie at the Military Influencer Conference in Florida in September. So you guys should go if you're an entrepreneur, plug to that. But getting to that point, I booked Frontier Airlines there, and my ticket was $50. So a one-way ticket, $50 on Frontier Airlines. So even without a discount, that's kind of a deal. Yeah.
Fantastic. I still need to book my ticket. I've already got a ticket to the conference, and I did just recently interview Cortez Riggs about the Military Influencer Conference coming up in Orlando in September. So for those of you who do want to work from home, you're blogging, you're looking to monetize it, perfect. So Frontier, I will check that out.
Yes.
That's an airline I was not even familiar with. So see, I'm already
until I saw the price.
Excellent. Well, very good to know. So you just mentioned Shades of Green, and I know that that's at Disney, but it is not a Disney property. It's a military-owned property. Do you have anything on that you can add or share to our viewers who may not be familiar that this is an option?
Yeah, so Shades of Green is a DOD resort. There's this selection of resorts that are DOD, and I only thought there were 4. Little did I know, I had put out a call the other day for some military spouses to write reviews because I didn't just want my own or the people who work with me. And so I found out there was like a ton in like Japan and like Korea, like all these places. But the Shades of Green specifically, because we're talking about Southeast here, is based in Florida. It's right next to the Polynesian Resort on the grounds of Disney. The pricing goes by rank. So I'll be honest, the higher rank you are, I'm not sure if it makes quite so much sense for you because the pricing is by that. But when we went there, I think my spouse was like an E3 or E4. It was super, I think we paid like $89 a night. And the great thing was this place used to be, as Brittany was telling you guys the other day, it used to be the Disney Inn, and it used to be a deluxe resort. Because if you know, Disney goes by value, moderate, deluxe. This was one of their biggest resorts. The rooms were huge. And we took my mom, and she was like, oh my God, like she couldn't believe it. She had her own room. It was super huge. Not very Disney-ish. I know that's not a word. But super beautiful. Golf grounds are beautiful. And then there's a lot of military perks. So one of them, of course, is that you can purchase, instead of having to go to ITT and try to worry about that when you're already in the hustle and bustle trying to travel with kids and stuff, you can go to Shades of Green and purchase the Armed Forces Salute tickets. So, yeah. So you don't have to worry about like, oh my God, I got to try to go on base and get that. And then we're trying to, you don't have to do that. We've actually purchased them there, right there. Even if you're not staying there, you can still do that. They don't have tax. That's another perk. We know that sometimes hotels, you get a good deal, but then it's like 12% tax or something. And I'm trying to think of the other things. I think, there's a mini shopette there. So when I went there, it was like 8 years ago. So I'm sure things have changed. But there was a shopette there. So, and then there's just the camaraderie of like, oh, wow, these are other military families. I mean, I know some people are like, well, when I go on vacation, I don't want that. But if you're trying to do it on a budget and you are like an E6 or below, this could absolutely work in your favor. And then since we're talking about shades of green in Florida, and Jackie had mentioned this earlier, for the longest time, it used to be Anheuser-Busch, but it changed to SeaWorld Park. SeaWorld Parks, I believe, is the owner of like Sesame Place, Busch Gardens, and of course SeaWorld. Well, every year for years, since like 2008, they give away complimentary tickets to military personnel and their families once a year. You can go to either Busch Gardens, Sesame Place, which is in Pennsylvania, or SeaWorld. So even if you're not going to Disney, because I get it, Disney is pricey, you can still go to a park at no cost, stay on the grounds of Disney. Disney Springs is free, okay, which is like basically used to be downtown Disney. And go downtown, hang out, sit outside, watch the free music and stuff. And then, another thing is downtown Disney also has a lot of discounts. Ghirardelli chocolate is one of them. I took advantage of it. And so there's like a way to kind of like be all Disney-ish without like spending a whole lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Well, and that's amazing because my husband is currently deployed and we are about to head to Florida for the summer because we've got family from there. That's our home of record. And I was just saying this morning how I want to take my children to a theme park. So.
Oh my gosh. That, and then the other theme park that's there, in the vicinity, maybe an hour away, is Legoland. Legoland offers complimentary admission to military personnel and deeply discounted tickets to their families. So, and we all know boys and girls love Legos.
Perfect. And my boys are 5 and 7, so they are right in that age. I just stepped on a Lego barefoot this morning, so that's where we
jump through the roof temporarily. Yep.
I know that. And see, I work closely with Krystel. I didn't know this, so odds are most of you didn't know these discounts either. So although we're just highlighting a few here, if you go to retailsalute.com, actually we've got a link right here too. You can go on and find all sorts of things because there are also clothing retailers. I even wrote an article a while back because there's a cigar brand that's got man cave items and gifts for men for when they ETS or get promoted or, new fatherhood. Offer a military discount, just brands you would never, ever think of. So definitely go there to uncover some deals. And, you may be purchasing things all the time and not realizing all you have to do is show your ID and you could be saving, 10% and 15%.
Yeah. And I mean, it all adds up. And there's a lot of free things too, let's see, July 4th, if you happen to be near Birmingham, Alabama, military families get free admission to the Birmingham Zoo. That's a fun family activity for the day. That you can take your entire family out and everybody's entertained and it's a nice day and you haven't really come out your pocket, So there's that. And there was another point I wanted to touch on. Let me see. I'm on here. Oh, eyewear. So we all know, and I heard something, so correct me if I'm wrong. But, we all know that at least before, the military did provide eye exams, but they didn't provide glasses. Mm-hmm. Well, there's places like Eyeglasses USA that give like 60% off of glasses. Back to school. I've been wearing glasses literally since I was like 3.
And I'm in contacts. So, yeah.
And you always need them, right?
Yeah, so I'm blind as a bat.
Oh my gosh. Me too. Like if I couldn't read, I wouldn't even know what a stop sign said because that's how bad my vision is. So, but there's like one of my biggest performing, I wouldn't even call it an article because it really wasn't an article, but one of our biggest, we do a lot of listicle posts. Hi in Germany.
Hi Germany. That was one of my most popular articles. Germany.
Oh yeah, we have to talk about Germany. But it was this eyeglass article and it listed like 8 places you can go and get a military discount. And I mean, people are taking advantage of that. So, especially with back to school coming up, and that's something that we'll be touching on. We'll be doing like, deals, combining them like with back to school. Sam's Club is another one. No matter how big or small, Sam's Club, if you join them, they give you a $10 gift card to use on a purchase. That's a big deal. Like, when you want a $10 coupon to take off your food, total.
I used to do I would cut 25-cent coupons, so $10. I mean, at one time, that saves you a lot of time.
That saves you a lot of time and a good chunk of change. You know what I mean? They just ran a deal the other day where they were giving military, like when you sign up for a membership, like a free rotisserie chicken, basically like a barbecue platter of food, like just for signing up for your membership. So there's so much. And when we went to Vegas, when you brought up the flight, that flight that she was talking about that I took was me and my best friend did a road trip. We got to go to the Price is Right, but that's another story for another day. We did a road trip, Thelma and Louise style to Los Angeles. But to Vegas, and we took advantage of it's called, let me just get it right, and it's at the top of the Retail Salute site under Hot Military Deals. It's called the MGM Military MVP Program. And basically this allows you, because in Vegas, everything is like valet parking, or you're going to be like walking forever in a day. Let's see. I'm just making sure. 10% off of military rooms at places like the Bellagio, the MGM Grand, spa discounts, food and beverage discounts, House of Blues Music Hall at Mandalay Bay. So this deal is for military specifically, and it offers a ton of stuff. So imagine that. It's called the M Life Rewards Program. It's at the MGM.
Fantastic. And the food, everything in Vegas. Vegas is so fun, but it's so expensive. And if you're saving $10 in the gift shop and every restaurant, every time you go feed yourself, that's huge. That is going to add up. And that might be what helps your family afford Vegas, as long as you don't blow it all on the tables. But that's really exciting. We just got a question about any discounts in Texas. Would you know off the top of your head without? I know neither of us are in Texas at the moment, but.
Yeah, I can't say that I do. What I would suggest is going to the site and just looking at some of the regional discounts. National discounts, and seeing what places match what you have in Texas. I'm pretty sure there's a ton. And that brings up a good point, because some of our articles, and we're working on more, like one of our top performing articles was the top discounts like in New York. And so in with what she said, we'll be focusing more on creating content for specific places. Because I realize even though we're doing nationally, I do want to focus more on, hey, what's the top discounts near Fort Bragg, the top discounts near Fort Hood, So definitely we'll have that. So thank you for asking about that, because that's something we're working on.
Well, it's funny because now you're making me almost want to do like a vacation based on a military discount challenge. Like, can I get everything every step of the way? From airfare to hotel to tickets to meals. I mean, how amazing would that be?
We should do it.
Yeah, I'll write about it for you. I know a writer.
Say, Jackie, you have another job.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
Working me to the bone over here, Krystel. I love it. Oh, gosh. So you yourself, though, as part of your job, one of the perks is that you don't only get to mention that we have discounts. Sometimes these brands invite you to come along and check out their properties, right?
They do. They do. I'm just fixing my Instagram over here. They do. And that is one of the best perks of the job. So one of the recent ones I did, Vegas was one of them. We actually worked with the MGM and had dinner. Hi, Keisha. We had dinner at one of the places. I'll have to look it up, and we'll be writing about that, so you'll get to see. But one of the fun ones I did where I took my family was last year. We went to Universal Studios. Again, we hear a lot about Disney, but Universal Studios has a really great military package that like nobody pays attention to, at least that I know. Everybody's like, what? They have that? It's on the site. I'm sorry, guys, sinuses. So we actually went to Universal last year and took advantage of that, stayed at the Low Sapphire Resorts, and it was beautiful. There was nothing better than getting in, just walking out my hotel, because we all know, for me, I'm not going to lie, I'm lazy. And so having a park like 2 million miles away, walk in the Florida heat to the park and deal with getting in and all that was horrible. So the idea of staying on the premises, hopping on a boat, and getting to just sail into the park and missing all of that foot traffic was amazing. And they really have a good deal, which you can find on the site. Brittany mentioned Disneyland, Los Angeles. I know we have a lot of military, especially like Marines and stuff that live on the West Coast, San Diego, Disneyland, discount, Disneyland Paris for the people that are in Europe, discount. So there's just so many. I obviously like Disney and Universal. But yeah, I've had the pleasure. We did a project, maybe 2 years ago with Chevrolet, because everybody knows most of the big auto dealers have rebates and military discount programs. I think GMC just released one where even if you're discharged, honorably discharged, you can still use the discount for up to like 2 or 3 years after you're discharged. So you don't have to rush like, oh my God, I'm about to lose this benefit, but I need a car. And there's a couple that do that. So we did a road trip with Chevy, and we just went to like Myrtle Beach, but we took a Chevy car. They gave us I think it was a Chevy, gosh, I don't know. I don't remember what kind of Chevy it was. But we went on a road trip and had so much fun, stopped at the south of the border signs, took cheesy pictures. You guys know south of the border is like my thing. It's so corny. And if you're on the East Coast and you hit 95 or headed south, you've seen south of the border.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I've had some great experiences working with different brands. And I think this summer we'll be heading to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. That's another big area that is like super discount friendly. Margaritaville, if you're familiar with them, you all like margaritas. They just opened up their own hotel. They have a Margaritaville hotel with a military discount.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Let's go, Krystel. I'll meet you there.
Believe me, I'm working on that.
Oh, fantastic. Well, so that is great. And when we do write about it and share, we a lot of times have had the experience and can verify. I love that you verify that everything's national first off. That's great, because I know some people, I'm pretty outgoing. So if I ask, do you offer a military discount? I don't mind. They say yes or no. Okay, I asked. Not everyone's comfortable with that. So I think the fact that you've already done the legwork and the research, that's very nice to know. So everything on Retail Salute, you've had it verified. And then I think additionally from there, if you're not afraid to step out of your comfort zone, you might find a couple more here or there. I'm definitely up for this challenge of how many discounts can you pile into one vacation.
We should aim for that.
Summer is right here. I mean, I'm looking outside. There's birds singing. It's hot. My kids are just ready, ready for the school year to be over. And if you can save on travel with, airfare, I even know some car rental places offer military discounts. So you've got car rental, airfare, you've got theme park tickets. But as Krystel just said, there's others that you may not have even considered. There's cell phones you could be saving on. She just mentioned a T-Mobile discount. And additionally, just the car. Most people did not know they can get a military discount on a car. I mean,
that's one thing. Like we look at like the traits of like military, and when I, especially like living on base, you tend to watch like people's patterns, and I noticed people bought cars a lot in the military. I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing. And so like, why not get that $500 rebate? So, and that's what we look at. We look at patterns. And another thing I want to mention, and I know like Jackie's super organized and I'm not. So Jackie, forgive me for being all over the place because I'm excited. But I know PCS season is coming up, and I'm not sure if that was the area we were going into, but I just wanted to mention, we try to put discounts on the site based on our lifestyle. So it's not that we're just throwing these like random discounts on there. Everything ties into what we do. So with PCS season, for instance, coming up right now, Overstock, which has had a long-standing military discount program, but a lot of people don't know about Club O Military.
No.
They don't know that it's a 5% discount, but it's free shipping. A lot of people use them to get stuff. So if you can get free shipping on some items of weight, that's a big deal. I know overseas, a lot of people tend to stream stuff. I don't know how cable works over there and everything, but I know people stream. Streaming is big, period, even over here. Hulu offers a 10% military discount, but people don't know that. Pier 1 just released their military discount, I think at the end of 2017. People don't know that. And so these are all things that, the Pottery Barn, I'm not going to lie, I find some of them to be a little bit pricey, but with the discount and, if you're really a shopper, you know how to do combined discounts, clearance, sales, and all that stuff. You can do pretty well.
That's excellent. And with moving too, I know that a lot of times if you're not sure about where you're living yet and you're in a new a new area, maybe your spouse is deployed. I just wrote an article for Krystel on a home security system that is also offered at a military discount. I mean, there are just things you would never even think of that are on there that you're going to see.
Yeah, that was a good one. It's just based on our lifestyle. And I think I like that we're interweaving it. But I also want to make it clear, too, that it's not just like super feminine, because another aspect that we're focusing on is veterans. So what we've been finding, especially around Memorial Day, we found this out. And again, we know that's like a touchy area, but it wasn't so much as focusing on Memorial Day as it was that 4-day weekend. And what we were finding out was that a lot of these brands were offering deals to vets, honorably discharged veterans. So what I'm seeing now is, whereas maybe even just up until a year or two ago, a lot of deals were just like, oh, either active duty, retired, reserve. Now it's active duty, retired, reserve, honorably discharged with a DD-214. That's a big deal. And to give you an example, Waves of Honor, who does the SeaWorld, my hand is all in front of my camera. Waves of Honor, who does the SeaWorld and the Busch Gardens complimentary tickets, now allows veterans, and I think up until June 9th, veterans can take their families for free.
Wow.
But normally their normal discount is 50% off, which is still an incredible savings.
Definitely.
Yeah, so wavesofhonor.com.
That's so good. And that is nice, because I know sometimes the discount is just available for active duty. And sometimes it is just the service member. It's like, but I'm the one shopping. I'm the one in the store. So I love that you're opening it up to the spouses, the families, the veterans. I think that's really important, because we're all part of the same community. It's not just whose name's on that paycheck,
Right. I mean, you're all, if you're a household and you work together, you're responsible for the finances. So if I can save my spouse money utilizing something that is privilegedly like given to him, or generously given to him, why not?
Agreed. I agree. That's fantastic. That is so key, because I know that our spouses, our family members work so hard for the paychecks that they get. And I do think if we're able to stretch the dollar, if we're able to connect these brands and let you know that they are wanting to reach out to the military community, they've got all these special deals, offers, discounts that are going to help you save your money, and have, you could have just the same experience. You're at the theme park having just as much fun as the person next to you who paid full price. So why not?
I mean, hey.
I need to know, but
I mean, and it is what it is. And then the thing is too, it just goes into our lifestyle. It's even more than the money. It's the fact that, okay, well, these discounts are provided to me, the service member. A lot of times I'm not here to utilize them. So, I know that my family is home, and, I can say, hey, babe, why don't you take the kids to SeaWorld? Utilize that discount. Take them to SeaWorld or Sesame Place, take a road trip, and I know they're having fun, and that they're not so consumed with kind of sitting around, because I was guilty of that. I would like totally sit around, and lived in Hawaii and never felt like I really took full advantage, because I think there was a guilt there. So of living in this beautiful place, and he's like 2 million miles away in Iraq somewhere. So I think that's kind of the deep core part of it as well.
That's a really good point, because I feel like our service members want to know that while they're away, we're holding it down, we're at the home front, we're happy, we're not just stressed or depressed, but we're actually still living our lives. And then we're going to have stories to tell them. They'll have stories to tell us. And then when they get back, hopefully we can all go make some new memories together.
Yeah. Why not?
I love that.
Totally agree.
Fantastic. Well, is there anything else that you would like to add? I really appreciate all your insight today, and I can't wait to check out Retail Salute for more discounts that are going to help my family.
Yeah, no, just continue to check out retailsalute.com. Like I said, we're updating every day. Be sure to follow us at The Retail Salute. That's what our name is on Facebook, and on Instagram, we're Retail Salute. And, I'm looking for people. If you've been, or if you've utilized a discount from our site, email me. Let us know. I think there's a form on our site, and if not, I'll make sure there is. But let us know what you thought of the discount. Let us know the good and the bad, because we do have relationships with these brands, and we can say, hey, you guys have this, and then they weren't able to utilize it. And also, we want reviews. If you've been to a DoD resort and you want to share about it, the good and the bad, because we're all about honesty here, let us know. If you've been to a hotel that wasn't a DoD resort but offered a significant military discount, like the Homewood Suite or something like that, let us know. And we'll be sure to share it, and we'll continue to do that. And then, of course, we want you to continue to visit ArmyWife101.com.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in, and please do share with any other friends or families you have who can benefit from learning more about military deals and discounts. And thank you so much, Krystel, for being with us today.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Of course, the text will come in right in the middle of that.
We're done. Thank you.
Thanks, Jackie. Bye.